Hey, what's happening, YouTube? We're back at the 150 planted tank. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video. Sorry about that for anybody out there who might have cared, but I had to go away for work for a couple of weeks and missed out on a couple of videos. And in the meantime, the wife was taking care of the tank while I was gone. And, she kept the fish alive. She didn't really do a whole lot for the plants, though. Kept the lights off the majority of the time I was gone. And in actuality, in her non-planted experience and whatever you want to call it, her lack of eagerness to mess with the plants, and I don't blame her for that, they're not her tank, but she may have actually benefited me. Truth be told, if you look back at some of the other videos, you can see that the water pretty cloudy for a good majority of them. I wasn't quite sure if I was going through an algae bloom or if it was, see the dirt there? Every time I plant some plants, there's a big pile of it right there. Every time I plant plants, I disturb the soil and I kick up some dirt, and it's back there. I wasn't sure if the exposed dirt was clouding up the water or if I was going through an algae bloom. But she, by her own admission, had kept the plant lights off almost the entire time, with the exception of feeding the fish. Kind of wake them up and then fed them and then turn the light back off again. And the water has cleared up considerably since I've been gone. And I guess that means I was going through an algae bloom, because you can see here you can barely see it, some faint BGA left over, but it was kind of dying off there. It's still down there in the soil. I'm going to have to take care of that. But the water's definitely cleared up. The BGA, you see, it thinned out, so it had to have been an algae bloom, I'm guessing. The water looks good. Probably the best it's looked in weeks. Probably the cleanest water I've had since I've started shooting the videos. But anyway, while the water has cleared up, the plants, they've survived, but they're a little worse for the wear. See some of the Java fern there. Got some black spots on the leaves. Tetra's looking good. They're trying to get some camera time in there. Some black spots on the leaves, and that little red sword, whatever that sword is back there, leaves aren't doing so good on it. And just in general, some color fading on that guy. And you see some of the Taiwan's got some holes in the leaves and a lot of kind of dead ones. Just a kind of general lack of color, discoloration or lack of color. But still not bad. Not bad. The leaves will eventually come back. The water's clear, so we kind of get to start over. Not bad. Little sword back there, he's doing good. Plants in general, I guess, are doing pretty good. But the sedge, the little door sedge, not spreading like I hoped it would, like I'd seen it in some of my older tanks. But I don't know, maybe it'll come back. Since my last video, obviously, again, the water's cleared up. I did a trim, small trim. I kind of trimmed these guys down a little bit and spread them out, so there you see a little bit more spread along the bottom. But of course, those guys are getting tall again. And you can see, if I can get a shot of one, right there, where I topped this stem. Let me see if I can get my finger in the shot right here. I topped this stem off right here. And then as you can see where I cut it, 2 new stems grew. There's another one in there as well. Same thing. When I topped the stem off, he's kind of back there. You can kind of see a little stem. But when I topped the stem, 2 stems grew in its place. So that's a little interesting. I didn't expect that, to be honest with you. There he is right there. A little sword here. Starting to get somewhere. I trimmed off a lot of the dead dwarf sedge. I trimmed a lot of the dead jungle val. And as you can see, the jungle val has gone all corkscrewy on me. Nearly every one of them in the back. Didn't expect that. They certainly didn't come that way. I was under the impression that corkscrew valve and jungle valve were two different plants. And then I was given jungle valve. I'm going to research. If anybody knows, you feel free to hit me up with some good info. But I mean, I'm not complaining at all. Jungle valve, corkscrew valve, it doesn't matter. It looks good back there. So, you know, I'll take it. This little, I don't know, what is this? I don't know if this little red guy here is like a little Lotus, some sort of Lotus. But, for the first time since I planted this guy, I don't know, a month? But there's a hint of a new leaf there finally. I know I've read online right here. I read online that lotuses they go into this dull, no grow period for a while when they get transplanted. So, I don't know, maybe the fact that it didn't grow for a while and now it's growing kind of confirms it. And maybe it's a lotus, I don't know. Either way, I'm getting some growth, and that's the important part. But definitely some melting from the lack of lighting. But, some of it will come back. Some of that jungle valve, there's some jungle valve melting. Some of the back is melted. Some Taiwan definitely kind of melting there, but all in all, not bad. The water's clear, that's good. Do a plant trim and get back to turning the lights back on, and everything should come back. I'm hoping this dwarf sage spreads, because, you know, that is kind of what it's supposed to do. Sword in the middle. Get that guy. Definitely starting to get big now. So, I'm sure he'll get bigger. And, yeah, back to the Java fern. Some hint of some Java fern spreading. It's going to be hard to get and peg it out, but again, we'll see if we can get the finger in there. Right. Here. Right there, kind of off to the side. Not this yellow one, but right here. First sign of growth and spreading from the Java fern. So, we're definitely getting there. Duckweed has kind of thinned out because it keeps bunching up on the filter stems, and as it does that, I just kind of pull it out. So, kind of clumps, and I just grab all the clumps and get rid of it. I've thrown a bunch of it in the pond in the front yard. There's nothing in it. We used to have goldfish in there, but the wife took care of that in her own special way. So, tetras are looking good. Haven't experienced any losses in the tetras. Just the one a couple weeks back that I know of. The loaches seem to be happy. Everything's doing good. Plants will come back. And then hopefully here not too long in the distant future I'll get another species of fish in there that I'm planning on. But that's going to be a little while. Put some money together, and I'll actually get them and do some quarantining, because I'm not going to throw them in here now with my big school tetras going on. Look good. Tank looks good, all in all. Pretty pleased. First video in a couple weeks. I'm glad the water's clear. So, in her lack of attentiveness, the wife actually did me a favor. And how often does that actually happen? I'll take it. Plants will come back. Looks good. Taiwan almost to the top. Almost to the surface. Getting there. I guess that's about it for today. Not a whole lot. Hopefully I'll get back into my regular routine and I'll have more stuff to talk about, but not too much for this week since it's only been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I don't remember what it was since my last video. Just kind of get the tank after a 2-week layoff and out of my care. This is what I came home to, so not bad. Water level was a little low, I had to top it off, but now the big lights are going to go back on, the CO2 is back on, so hopefully here in a couple weeks we'll get back to some big progress. Tetras, man. Cardinal tetras, looking good. I don't know how anybody doesn't like cardinal tetras. I guess they're a little overdone, but how could they not be overdone? Look at them back there. Well, I guess that's it for today. More to come. Today's Monday. Maybe I'll get back to every Saturday, so maybe another video on Saturday. Till then, see you later.